Well, hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. My name is Faith for those that are new, and for those that are returning, thank you so much for being here and for your love and support. Before I start today's video, I would just love to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hey, Happy New Year. Happy 2023. May this year be super blessed for you and your family. This video results in a poll that I had on my Instagram page, and it seems that you would love to hear about the disadvantages of being an au pair before you hear the advantages of being an au pair. With that said, let's dive into today's video. Starting off with point number 1. As a newcomer into a new family, the term part of the family might be used often, but at first you won't really feel part of the family, and that is okay. Integration takes time. There's gonna be a lot of cultural shock that you will experience. The most important thing is to observe the family and find your place within that family. Number 2, often you would find and feel the urge to constantly be pleasing towards the family. And that again is very normal. I mean, who wouldn't want to make a first impression towards their new boss or towards their new family? All that I say is that do not break your back while trying to be impressive towards your family. Though you believe that being with this family can be a blessing or is a blessing towards you and an amazing opportunity, always remember that they are super blessed to have you as their au pair because they get to know you and the wonderful person that you are. So as much as they are doing you a favor, you're also doing them a favor by being there. Point number 3. Now, I feel like a lot of au pairs can testify to this point number 3, and that is having dinner with your host family. Either having lunch or dinner with your host family might feel a little bit uncomfortable. And this is in the sense that often when families sit together to have a meal, they would have conversation in their native language. And as a person who does not speak their native language, it might be a little bit uncomfortable. And you might find that they also speak towards themselves, and you might just feel a little bit out of place at the dinner table. Again, it takes time to integrate. Just eat your food and speak when spoken to. Number 4, your life and schedule revolves around the family affairs. As an au pair, before you make your plans, you will normally have to check in with the family, see what their schedules and plans are, and then you can make your plans. Number 5, along the journey, as you are learning, you're going to make a lot. I repeat, a lot of mistakes, and that is okay. It is part of the process. Everyone before you has gone through that. Everyone after you will go through that. And for example, you could shrink your host dad's extra large t-shirt or sweater to a very medium size sweater. It does happen. Or mix colors when you're doing laundry. Probably it was white and there was a pair of socks or red sock that just gave off color to the white stuff, or break items as you are tidying up or so, or forgetting information that was communicated to you by the family. Again, it's important that this is a learning process for you. Don't be so hard on yourself. Disadvantage number 6. As you come into this new family, they have a home, they have their own rooms, etc. You might notice that the room that you have been assigned to, you don't really like it. It could be that it's either too big for your liking or too small for your liking. But normally, the law always makes sure that the au pair room is up to standard and it's a very nice room. Number 7, occasionally parentals will have disagreements with each other. Children will be throwing tantrums, and though this has nothing to do with you, there will be a heavy atmosphere in the household. And when this happens, it might make you feel a little bit unease. Actually learn that stay out of it. Don't bother, just stay out of it and you'll be okay. Number 8. This happens a lot, and this is in the sense that over the weekend, when the family is home and it's a Saturday, it's a beautiful Saturday morning, then all of a sudden, all hell break loose. Parents are screaming and shouting and yelling at the kids. This child here is crying, the other child is throwing a tantrum, and you are just like, can I get some sleep in this house? On Saturday mornings, you will experience that once the household is up, there's a lot of noise that is going on, especially if your room is in a position that is close to a kitchen or a living room, or a place where a lot of people actually hang out. That will be really annoying. Number 9, you will experience there will be certain members of the family that do not clean up after themselves. For example, if you have cleaned a kitchen counter, or you have cleaned the kitchen or tidied up the kitchen, someone in the house is gonna come, open a jar of milk, drink the milk, leave the jar of milk there with the glass, make a sandwich, have ketchup and mayo all over the counter, and you're just like, hi, bossisi, or like, what just happened? And the best way to deal with this is basically just to speak to the host family and just tell them how you would appreciate if they would tidy up after themselves. Number 10, sometimes you would find annoying household pets. And this could be in the sense that you have pets, for example, a dog whose hobby is to bark all day, a cat who is forever hungry. Even hearing anyone chew, that cat says meows, 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 meow. Number 11, you're an adult and you have authority over the children. Sometimes you will notice kids testing your boundaries. For example, during the day you might be at home with a child or kids, and they are well behaved, and they listen to you. If you are firm enough, they listen to you, etc. But the moment the parentals enter the door, you do not know which spirit enters this little child or this little kid, and then they just start misbehaving, throwing tantrums, kind of being disrespectful towards you. Often parentals would stop the child once they see that they are being disrespectful towards you. But you will notice them like they are throwing tantrums or, being very uncontrollable. And you're just like, what just happened? And it does happen, and it could happen to you. Disadvantage number 12. Now, as part of integration, the family, your host family, would invite you to family gatherings. And this could be with extended family members. And though it's a very kind gesture, and you might go there and have an amazing time, but there is a possibility also that you might go there and have a really not so fun time, because either you are reserved as a person and you don't really like talking a lot or with strangers, or the fact that you feel left out, or most of the people are speaking their native language and you're just like, hi. Moving on to point number 13. Now, parentals are generally protective, and as a member of a family, you will find that sometimes your family can be a little bit nosy. They want to know, where are you going? With who are you going? What time will you be back? What are you gonna do? Da 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 da. And it's okay, but I would always say try to keep your personal life a little bit private. Don't overshare information. And after all, you're an adult. Number 14, some households have cameras installed in them. And with this presence, you will feel that you are being watched. And I feel and also believe that the reasons why these cameras is also just for safety reasons for the family in general, and these cameras might have been installed way before you have arrived into that family. So what you can do is basically just to move on as if there's no cameras and just do your duties. Moving on to point number 15. Now, point number 15 is really funny because it's someone that is new to the family, and you're trying to find your ground and your place within the family. Sometimes Mother Nature calls and you have to do number two. And you're just like, oh man, especially if there's one bathroom or toilet in the house. You're just like, man, you gotta hold it in, sister. You gotta patiently hold it in, either until the family is gone, or you do it early in the morning or late at night when everyone has gone to sleep. But thankfully, most houses have 2 to 3 toilets or bathroom, and one specifically assigned for the au pair. And disadvantage number 16. Either you would be picking up kids from school, or kids would be arriving home with some friends, and this is called play date. And you will notice that often most of the play dates are always at your house. Monday is a play date with a friend at your house. Wednesday is another play date at your house. And even on Friday, it could be another play date. And you're just like, can you guys just go play at your friend's house for once? Moving on to point number 17. You have emotions. You have feelings, and you are allowed to express them. There are days where you will not be in the mood to see your family, your host family, or you feel annoyed, or you just are not in a good space. You feel grumpy, you feel moody. It's okay to have all those feelings, but I have learned that as an au pair in a household that is not of your own, when you feel grumpy, when you feel all these emotions, all these unpleasant emotions, when it's time for you to perform or complete your task, those emotions have to be set aside. And you don't want to come into a space and just carry this negative energy and behavior. What you can do is basically set time or communicate with your family and say like, hey, can I please just have 10 minutes to myself before I start work? And here you can take time to pray, to meditate, to listen to an uplifting song before you start work. Point number 18. Throughout the year, you will notice or experience that you actually don't really have time. And all the plans that you had, this could be like the city that you wish to have traveled to, or this event or activity that you wished you had or you planned to do that year. You might find out that you actually didn't do it, and it sucks, but it's a reality. And this could be because either you do not have time or no money, or you're simply tired. I mean, like, speaking out of experience, Denmark, you basically work 5 days and a half. That is from Monday to Saturday half day. And basically you just only have 1 day and a half to do things for yourself. But of course, you have to plan. Basically, it's all about making the most of the opportunities that are presented to you, even if they are of limited time. Last but not least, number 19. You will experience some body aches. You can experience some headaches. You will realize or also just feel that the tension in your body can be a little bit heavy. And this could be a result of being very active in the household, or playing often with the kids. Really very, very, very important to take care of yourself. You could save up and go for a 60 minutes massage. Your body will thank you for that. And it's also one of the disadvantages that I have experienced being an au pair. Lastly, number 20. Number 20 is loneliness or being homesick. Sucks, but it's a reality. And again, you just have to manage. So you have to put yourself out there to make friends so that you don't actually feel lonely or isolated. And you know, you would miss your family back home, you would miss the culture, you would miss the food and all these things. And I mean, coming from a very warm country, Namibia, where you can enter a public setting and just talk to a random stranger and have like a very good love. Here in Europe, it's not that easy. Often people wouldn't really speak to you unless they know you. And you find that conversation here are also a little bit awkward. Like the famous conversation that people talk about is the weather. I'm like, oh, today's such a very gloomy day. Yeah, it's very gloomy and very gray. It's like, yeah, I actually really don't like the gray days. Yeah, me too. I actually don't like the gray day too. This gloomy and gray. But all in all, that is just how it is out here, and you can't change how things are done here. I mean, alternatively, you can also have an experience where you're on the train and you just meet someone and you guys can have a really amazing chat. It's rare, but it does happen. It's very rare, but it does happen. And yeah. With that said, I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and I thank you so very much for watching this video too. If you are an au pair and you can relate to some of these disadvantages, please let me know in the comment section. And if there's any disadvantage that I have forgotten that you have experienced, let me know in the comment section below. One last thing I must say is that each person's experience is different. You determine how good your year is gonna be. That said, I would love to thank you so much for watching. Kindly give this video a thumbs up. Until next time, au revoir.